Hello everyone. Today's agenda is data modeling, which is one of the very basic concepts of customizing the Salesforce org using the click method. And we will mostly focus on custom and standard objects. What are the differences and how to create standard objects and how to customize standard and custom objects. And we'll also look into custom and standard fields and how to create the standard fields and how we can customize them. And in the end, we'll look into object relationships, which is a very important concept for both development as well as for the admin aspirants. So let's jump right in. So if we log into the Salesforce org, mostly we will jump into the home page or the home tab. So at the top panel, you see these are the tabs, okay, and each tab is connected to an object. So as per conventional databases, the conventional relational databases, the data is saved in form of tables, and the tables will have boxes where we go ahead and store one particular information belonging to that particular table. So similarly, in Salesforce org, here we save data in form of objects. So one table corresponds to one particular object, or one particular object, and each object will have one record created if you want to save the information. So if you want to create one new instance of that particular object, you go ahead and create a new record. So one record will correspond to the one particular row of the table. So let's, for better understanding, let's just take a look into an Excel sheet. So if you have a database similar to this, then if you want to update these informations like contacts, name, account name, department, email, phone, address, etc., whatever your requirement is. So if you have a contact object or a contact table, and if you want to update the information of that contact, let's say name, the account name it belongs to, department, email, phone number, address. So you go ahead and enter the example here, enter the name here, the account name here, and so that will create one particular record. Okay, so if we look into the Salesforce perspective, this will create one record, and these names, these will be the field names. Okay, and the name of the table, this will be the name of the object. So similarly, if we go to the contacts page, so if you switch into the tab of the contact, this is nothing but a contact object. So for one object, there is only one tab which can be created. So if we click into the contact tab, you have the list of all the contacts. This is a list view. We'll get into that later. So you have a list of all the contacts. So these contacts, each of them are one record. So if you click into any of these example records, you have the information that you need or you require in that record. So each of these boxes, these are nothing but, these are called the fields. So these are the field names that you see here on the left hand side. So name, account name. So whichever information you want, you can go and double click and you can edit them. So which is similar to the Excel sheet. If you want to update the name, you can update the name here. So similarly, you can save the information here. But you must be thinking that why shouldn't we use just Excel sheet? There are a lot more functionalities which is provided by the metadata of the Salesforce, which is beyond imagination of the other softwares. So that's why Salesforce is so important. So as I said, in Salesforce, we save the information in form of objects. So there are two types of objects available in Salesforce. One is standard object and one is custom object. So standard objects are nothing but whatever is out of the box, whatever you get out of the box when you have a new org. So whichever is available from the starting, which is available by the Salesforce from the Salesforce side. Those are the standard objects. So a few examples: standard objects are orders and accounts, contacts, customers. So these are the standard objects which is available to you, and you can go ahead and you can create as many custom objects that you want as per your requirement of the org. So let's take a look into the standard object, one of the standard objects, which is accounts. So we'll go and take a look at the fields available in the standard object, which is account. So here you see two lists available, two sections available. One is the account standard fields and one is account custom fields and relationships. So all these fields, which is under the section account standard fields, are the fields which is already available from the beginning from the Salesforce side in the account object. And these are the basic information like name, number, owner, account site, source, revenue, and the other contact informations like fax and phone, etc. So these are the standard fields which is already there. So you can go ahead and edit the fields as well. So Salesforce give you the liberty to edit them as well. And if there are any pick lists available, pick list from where you can select one or multiple values from the drop down. You can also go ahead and customize those pick lists, and you can replace them with your own custom pick lists. So here you can see the field label. So field label is nothing but whatever you see when you click into the account object. So if you go to the account object, any of the account objects, so whatever the name which is next to the box which is provided, so these are the label. Okay, so these are the field labels. And field name is something using which you can address it when you go ahead and when you start the development. If you want to access them using the code, if you want to access these fields using the code, you have to use the field names and not the label names. Okay, so this is similar to the API names. Okay, and under this column you see the data type. So data type describes the type of information which is saved in the field. So as you see here, under the field account name, the data type is name. Okay, so this is text, or this is the text field which is in the account number, and the return type will be string, and the length is 40. Okay, this length is totally customizable. You can go ahead and increase the length if you want, or you can decrease it according to your requirement. And there's another field which is available, field type which is available in Salesforce, which is lookup. So lookup field is the basis of creating a relationship. So there are two types of relationship fields available to create relationships in Salesforce. One is lookup and one is master detail. We will look into those relationship fields later. So see, as you see here, there are two text fields available. So the length of those two fields are different. Okay, one is 40 and one is 80. If you go ahead and you can edit it, you can go ahead and customize the length of the field. Okay, and as I explained earlier, pick list is will be a list from where you can choose a value. So so there are other type of fields available as well, which is address, phone, pick list, and fax. So these are totally customizable. We will take a deeper look into that in a while. Okay, and just below that you have a section for all the custom fields and relationships available. So you can create field relationships as well from here. And so in Salesforce, relationship is also one type of field. So basically the field will contain the ID of the other record which it is connected to. Okay, so once we show examples, you will have a clear understanding of that. So here are a few custom fields that I have created. So I've created one custom pick list here, a few number fields, and date field, text field. Another is roll up summary field, which comes into picture when you go and when you use a master detail relationship. So if you're not familiar with roll up summary, don't worry about that. We will explain you. So if you want to go ahead and if you want to create a custom field, then you go ahead and click on new. And as you will see now, it will show you under which object you are trying to create this particular custom field. So it is under the account object. Okay, and we are creating a new custom field. So there are several types of fields which is available for you. So one is auto number. First one is auto number. So auto number is something which is generated by Salesforce. If you create a record, every time you create a record, auto number will be generated for you if you choose the field type as auto number. So if you want to go ahead and create an auto number, we'll just choose this and we'll click on next. So we will be asked for field label. So field label is these are the field labels. So whatever you want to be displayed next to the field, you have to provide the field label or the name of the field. So you can give something like test auto number, whatever your requirement is. I'm just showing an example. And then you have to give a format. So in which format you want to create that auto number. And also you have to give the sequence, like how many digits you want in that particular auto number. So if we have, let's say if we have a requirement of a purchase order number, then we will give something like PO hyphen, and you can give two braces here, and you can, so most of the companies will have their PO numbers as 7 digits. So you can give 7 zeros here, and it will ask you for the starting number. So you can give the starting number as per your requirement. So we will start with number 1. Okay, and there's another checkbox here, which is an option available to you. So if you have created old records already for your account object, if you already have account records created and you are creating this auto number field after you have created those records, then if you check this box, those old records will also have the auto number generated automatically for them, and this auto number will always be in a sequence. So sequence will start from the starting number. Okay, and it will be in the form of 7 digits, as we have used 7 digits here, and it will start like PO hyphen 1 2 3 4 similarly. Okay, and this field name is nothing is like a API name. Okay, so when you access this API name using code, it will be automatically added with __C. Okay, in Salesforce, just to show that it is custom object. Okay, you cannot do that here. Okay, and if you want, you can go and provide some description. So this will explain what type of record, what type of information you want in this particular field, because you're mostly designing these fields for somebody you will be handing over to, your clients. So once they start using your org, they will not have information like what exactly is this particular field about. So if you want to describe it to them, you can put the information here. We are just testing auto number fields. Okay, and you can also provide help desks. So help text and description has a little difference between them. If you go ahead and hover your mouse over this particular field, okay, whichever has the help text, it will automatically display you a small pop-up showing the information that you have entered in the help text. Okay, we will see that. And then we go ahead and click on next. Okay, and here we define the visibility. So under what all profiles you want this particular field to be available, because most of the times some information will be very critical and you don't want it to be displayed by all the users which are using your org. So like we have sales reps, we have managers, we have CEOs. So from individual sales reps, if you don't want them to see the revenue generated, or let's say the social security number, if you don't want them to see that, you can just hide it from their profile and it will be gone from their profile. Okay, and then you click on next. So here we'll just for demo purpose, we'll click on visible. It will be visible for everyone, and we click on next. And before we do that, I just want you to show here that this read only column, it's automatically checked and you cannot change it because it's an auto number, and auto number is automatically generated by Salesforce. So it is only a read only field and you cannot customize this because it will break the sequence. So we will click on next and we wait for a second. Okay, and this is the page layout information. What all page layouts you want this particular field to be available. So this is also another security measure. We will look into page layouts in more details later. So as of now, we'll just click on save. Okay, once we jump into any of our records, we just refresh the page. And you see here test auto number, which is field is available, and it's not showing any information as we did not check that box which was asking to create auto numbers for previously saved records. So now if you go ahead and create a new account, then you will be able to see that particular field auto populated starting from number 1. So let's quickly go ahead and create a new record for account. So let's name it test auto number account. Okay, that's the only required field, and as the auto number will automatically be populated, we'll delete it later. This is just for demo. So once we save it, it will automatically take you to that new record that you have just created. So if you see the auto number here, you see it's the digits are 7 digits and it starts with PO hyphen whatever information you have, whatever the number of digits you have given, and the starting number is 1. And as you see here, it's locked, you cannot edit it. Okay, so we will delete it as of now, or let's just leave it. Okay, so there are so many other fields also available which we will take a look into now. So you can click on new here and it will take us to this page from where we can create other fields. So there's another important field which is formula, and this is also a read-only field. We cannot edit this field, and what this field will do is it will calculate the information according to the formula which we have created. Okay, and it will give us the information, and this field is also the information, the field is not saved anywhere in the database. So it is, whenever it is generated runtime, whenever we want that information, it will automatically calculate it and give it back to us. So let's take a look into that. So once we click into formula and click next. Okay, so these are the return types available for this formula. So checkbox will return a boolean true or false. Okay, if the formula evaluates to something true in the form of true or false, it will give you a checkbox. Then you have currency field, date and time. So these are the answers which your formula will generate. So let's just take let's say number. Okay, and it is giving you a decimal places. You can leave it as it is, it's optional. Okay, you can just choose 0. You can click next. Oops, I just missed out 2 information here, field label and field name. So if you just have to give the field name, testing formula field. Okay, and this will be auto generated. And field name cannot have spaces, so that's why Salesforce automatically puts some underscores here. Next. Okay, now you have to put the formula here. So At this point, we have to go back one step and we have to change the return type of the formula. So instead of that, we'll change it to currency. So let's try to create a discount percentage automatically using the formula. So you just choose currency as the amount will be in currency, and then the return type will be in form of currency. So here we want decimal places to 2. Then we click next. And if you want, you can type the field names manually. You can also insert them using this box. So once you click on the insert field button, you will get all the fields available under this particular object. Okay, so we can choose annual revenue. Okay, so we can calculate the percentage of let's say commission for any agent. We can do that. So we'll just check the annual revenue generated by this particular account. So we choose insert and we choose insert operator. Divide it, let's give 10% of the annual revenue to the sales reps. And then you can go and you can check syntax. So it will show whether this has any errors or not. So this has resulted into positive. And if you want, similarly, you can provide description, help text. So this is an example of help text as well. If you hover over that, it will give you the description, whatever you have provided. So help text also works in the same way. Okay, and then you can click on next. And then the same options will be available. 2 more options. One is for the profile and another one is for the page layout. So we'll cancel it as of now because we don't want so many test fields to be displayed on the account tab. Okay, so let's look into another one. So we just click new. And roll-up summary will come into picture once we have a relationship for master detail. So we'll take a look later. So checkbox, if you want to have a checkbox field which is which you want it to be displayed on the account page, you can use this box and it will give you an option to check it, uncheck it. So it has 2 answers, true or false. Okay, and then you have currency. Currency is similar to currency of any of the world, and according to the time zones, it can be customized to whichever country's time zone you are editing, providing when you are creating the org. You can also change it later. And date is like a date pick field. It will give you an option to edit the date. You can type it manually as well as you can choose from the drop down. Okay, so date and time is very similar, and then it's email. So this will automatically validate if you're providing a valid email address or not. Okay, and all this is a client end. So geolocation, number, percentage, phone, pick list, these are all self-explanatory. Text area. So difference between text and text area is just difference in the length. Okay, so it allows maximum of 255 characters text area, and then you have text area long, which is even bigger than the text area. It will give you 131,072 characters. Then you have text area rich, where you can have hyperlinks as well as the logos. So people would like to set their signatures there in the accounts. So sales rep, if they have the signatures of their the account holders, they can just put it there, and they can also put a signature with their email addresses. So all that customizable thing you can do in the text area. And if you want some text to be encrypted, you don't want everybody to see it, you want to encrypt it, so you can use this. Okay, and if you want a field which is specific for URL, you can use this, because so many requirements will be there where customers will ask for a field to enter the let's say the website of the particular account, the company which the account belongs to. So you can do that as well. So here, that's it. That's about it. Those are the fields available. So there are 3 fields we did not discuss. One is lookup field, lookup relationship field, master detail relationship field, and also the roll-up summary field we will discuss later. So we looked into how to create custom fields, now we will take a look into how we can create custom objects. So this is a very, very useful find box. We can just put whatever you want, what you want to do, and this will pop it up. Okay. So if you put object here, it will give you options whether you want to create an object and other options available. So here we will show you easier way. You can just go and click on customize here and choose the, it will give you all the objects, which is all the standard objects which is available. Okay, so from here we can choose, let's say, contacts, and as we want to oops, I got a little misleaded here, so just we will ignore that. We will not have to customize, we have to create. So we click on create, and what we have to create, do we have to create apps or custom labels or objects? We have to create objects here. So we click on objects here, and we will get to this page where it will give you a list of all the objects, all the custom objects which is available, which has been created by us, and all the deleted objects as well. So we don't need this information as of now. We'll just click on new custom object. We name the object first custom object, and plural label. So plural label is required because the tab will display always the plural form. Okay, as you can see, accounts, lodges, rooms, customers, dashboards, everything has S in the end. So you provide this plural name for the name of the tab. Okay, and the object name is the API name. So it will be auto-generated, and a space will be neglected, will be removed, replaced by a underscore. You can provide description similar to the custom fields that we created. Okay. And every object will have a mandatory field which will be automatically created sometimes, which is called name of that particular object. So, and that name will be of two forms. One will be text and another will be auto number. Okay, so if you want to have an object name automatically generated, let's say you have an object created for invoice. So invoice will be most of the times number, and it will companies will want it to have a sequence of numbers. It should not be random. It should be like in a sequence. So in that case, you can choose auto number for the name of that particular object. Okay, so here the name of the object is account. Okay, and the records whichever will be created will be you have to provide the name. But in this situation, if you choose auto number, then it will automatically generate, okay, the number. Okay, and in similarly, what we saw earlier, you can put the display format in similar form of this, a hyphen or whatever form you want, and then you can put the starting number. Okay, then it will be generated automatically. But here we'll choose text. Okay. So these checkboxes are for allowing reports, activities, track field history. So these are important things which we will take a look into later. So as of now, you can just leave it as it is. You can just leave blank, allow search, add notes. You just leave these boxes as it is. Okay, and this is one important checkbox which you want to check if you want a tab to be created. Okay, if you want it to display here, if you want it to have a tab of its own, that particular object, then you have to check this box. So when you click on that, it will have a similar tab, just similar to these tabs available. Okay, if you uncheck it, it will not create a tab. Okay, and you can definitely go and create it later. It's pretty simple. So as of now, we will check this. Okay, and we will click on save. Now it will give us an option to choose the tab. Okay, so for which object we want to create tab, which is definitely the object that we just created, and it's asking for a tab style. So tab style is like a logo which you want to use. If you go into that particular tab, what is the logo that you want to use, which should represent. So here we can just pick up anything. We will pick insect. Okay, and you can provide description and you can click next. Okay, and if you want that tab to be displayed for which profiles, you can choose from here, or you can, as of now, we can click next. So easy to skip things. Okay, we will leave it as it is, and we can click next. I'll just give you a brief description. So you have lots of apps available here. So what this option is asking you to do is which app you want this particular object to be available for. Okay, so yeah, we can just edit this. So if you want it to be available only for the sales object, or the sales app, you can just click on the sales here, check that box, and you click save. Okay, so that tab, that object will show only in sales and will not show anywhere else. Okay, so as you see here, first custom objects, you can go here, you can create new records. So now you have just created a table which is similar to the Excel sheet. Okay, I'm talking similar to Excel sheet. So you have just created one blank table. You do not have any values in it. So if you click on new, you're creating one record, okay, which is similar to one particular row. So this is like one record if you click on new. Okay, so if you switch to any other app, you will not be able to see this tab as we have not chosen it for. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we do not have that particular tab available. So just click on this plus sign and let's see what happens. So what do you see here is the object that we just created. So it's just hiding it from you in sales, or I mean, apart from everything apart from sales, it's hiding you that tab. Okay, but if you jump into this button, it will show you all the object tabs that you have created, in spite of if you have hidden it from that particular app. Okay, so let's get back to our sales app. So what you have here is a brand new object, custom object created by you. Okay, so by default, it will have only one field available, which is the name. And this name is of two types. One is text and one is auto number, but we chose it as text. So it has given us a text field just to enter the name of the object. So we will just say first one, and we can click save new. It'll give you another form and you're creating another one. So let's say second. Okay, let's just save it this time. And if you go to the object, or if you click on the tab here, you'll have the list of all the records that you have created. So this is one record, and first one is the another record. And okay, so these are the system generated fields, which will be always generated by the system, just to keep a track and also to help you in auditing. Okay, who's the owner, who has last modified, who's created this particular object record. Okay, so let's get back. Okay, so this is how we create a custom object. Okay, so just to keep this video short and simple, the relationship fields in objects we will see in the next video. So keep watching. Bye-bye.